There was one thing I failed to talk about, and that is a newspaper article I got. Lieberman targets terrorist content on YouTube. And what this says is that branded with Al-Qaeda logos, videos easily available on YouTube showed assassinations, deaths of U.S. soldiers and civilians, weapons, training, speeches by Al-Qaeda leadership, and more, all intended to encourage violence against the Western world. Only after Senator Joe Lieberman of Connecticut pointed out the content in a letter to internet giant Google, who owns YouTube, was much of the most graphic content removed on May 20th. The videos taken down violated YouTube's own rules against gratuitous violence. And this is terrorist content persists on YouTube despite outcry. That is a start, but it is not enough, said Lieberman in an online statement on that day. Videos produced by Al-Qaeda and Al-Qaeda affiliates showing attacks on American troops remain on YouTube's website and violate YouTube's own community guidelines. Those videos should be taken down immediately. Lieberman said he also wants Google to take down other content that may not be violent, but that is used to disseminate terrorist propaganda, elitist followers, and provide weapons training. No matter what their content, videos produced by terrorist organizations like Al-Qaeda that are committed to attacking America and killing Americans should not be tolerated. Google must reconsider its policies, said Lieberman. In an online response, YouTube deferred to free speech. Senator Lieberman stated his belief in a letter sent today. That all videos mentioning or featuring these groups should be removed from YouTube, even legal nonviolent or non-hate speech videos, even legal nonviolent. While we respect and understand his views, YouTube encourages free speech and defends everyone's right to express unpopular points of view. One such blog that might be censored if Google decided to step up its regulations reads, "O Allah, defeat the spiteful Rawafeds, Shiites, and the Zionist Crusaders, U.S. forces, and their allies. O Allah, make them with their equipment a booty for the Muslims. O Allah, destroy them." Lieberman's letter followed the release of a report earlier this month from the U.S. Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs that examines the serious threat of homegrown terrorism. The report mentions the potential for radicalization in the U.S. prisons, inciting the activities of Kevin Lamar James, an American citizen. So it goes on to say that while in prison, this guy adopted a violent Islamic ideology. He began to convert followers to his ideology, and he eventually robbed places, and he used the proceeds to finance attacks against military installations and other targets in Southern California. James eventually pled guilty to conspiring to wage war against the United States. So I also want to say that there were people complaining that pedophile sites were not taken down off of YouTube. At the same time, people will cite freedom of speech and they'll want censorship, and they'll say that censorship's a good thing. And I think it has to be used with great discrimination, and that's why I think it's very important that YouTube be given the binary model. If we have more capital distribution, we'll have more creativity, and these committees that make these decisions to take things down or not will be more mindful of the real needs. I am certainly against having, sites up that are not promoting the common good. But I'd like to say that videos of mine were taken down, and that's why I made that telephone call. I'll be on the other side of the World Trade Center, Ground Zero, so I'm not misunderstood. But we very much need a physical location to show our research and to advance what we're talking about. We need a physical place, and we need a venue to share what we're finding out. And it has to be more than just the internet, because you can see these terrorist groups are targeted, and it could be under this terrorist heading that my videos are getting taken down, even if I'm using nonviolent communication. And I think also with Islam, anybody who's read the Quran, it's definitely a religion of peacefulness, and there's only a very fanatical group that can definitely get co-opted that will make it otherwise. And the same is the case of me. And so I just want to remind you, I just want to take you through a little cruise, because some of you people that are watching this today may not have seen the other video that I put up where I was actually demonstrating what was taken down. And here's my site here. And I just I put a tribute to Beetlejuice. That's a really nice thing on Howard Stern. This is a guy who's slightly, I guess he's autistic, but he has such a beautiful soul. And I wanted to share that because that's very balancing. And then here's something where Paula Gloria attempts nonviolent communication at St. Mark's. That's still up, although for a moment it said this video wasn't available. It made my heart pitter-patter, because I think that if information is out and it's shared, we will start to rivet onto the right thing. See, this blue means it's a live link, but this is what you want to watch out for when it goes black. And this is a video that I had up. If anybody would be complaining about violence, it would have been me. I was the one that got spit upon. And this had 3,800 hits and a whopping 813 comments. And this was rejected. Content not appropriate. So what I'm wondering, does that have anything to do with this? Terrorist content on YouTube? I think not. And again, to that person who says I'm unwelcome at St. Mark's, I will go down there if Frank hangs up on me and Les is not responding. I still want it to be formal, that no planes theory, or it's not actually a theory, these other speculations about who's owning what and who's behind what, those can be speculations and theories. But the no planes is a matter of taking your VCR, rewinding it, and going frame by frame to see that there was television fakery going on. If we don't have, we need a physical place. That's what I'm putting out. We need a physical place, and in order to do that, you need money to do that, but the institutions, it's very important to line up with institutions who are talking about true investigation and true research. So there you go. It's now me again, over and out.
You know exactly what you said. What did I say? I said, if you ever insult me loud, look at this fucking cunt. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You people are obviously mentally ill or disinfo artists. So why don't you leave us alone? We're trying to work.
You're a psycho murderer.
I'm a murderer. You're a total liar. I never said anything about death.
Death threat, and we should have brought you to
When did I?
right then.
Who did I threaten with a death? I said, Nico, if you stand up and insult me loudly in front of anybody again, I'll break your head. That's not a death threat.
You're the liar.
You're right. Lying. What's your motivation? You guys are mentally retarded.
The motivation against you is you're a psycho
You're mentally ill, or else you're with the government. That's the story. So what is it?
You know what?
One or the other.
I guess you're talking about yourself, aren't you?
Andy, walk away. Walk away. Walk away. Okay. You're not allowed to.
I have my bicycle.
Where's the bicycle?
It's inside.
Where inside?
It's around over there.
What color?
I don't think I have it up. I was sitting here jumping.
He's a front of the camera.
I know.
And yours is the bicycle in the back. What's right to come in here? Look at you. Come here and you harass Willie Rodriguez for what reason?
Ask him to wear a tie.
No. You just asking him to wear a tie?
Yeah.
You're trying to upset
Just
him.
asked him to wear a tie.
I'm not wearing a tie. There's nobody wearing a
He
tie.
won't let footage be released.
So what? It's
unless
his
he's
business.
wearing
You
a
guys
tie.
are flakes. We don't want any part of you. You're not serious people. You're glomming onto the 9/11. What about the widows? Don't harass the widows. They're the 9/11 truth movement, and you're harassing them on purpose. Go ahead, film me. Use me on your film. You're the ones who are spooks or mentally retarded people. You're harassing good people trying to do good work, and there's something wrong with that. Why don't you just get out of here? For some reason, Les and Frank are rolling over for you guys. You guys shouldn't be here. Getting in Sabrina Rivera's face. Look at you, retarded. Get death threats. Yeah, I threatened somebody. That's a fiction, that's a lie. And you know, I'm going to sue her eventually. Because I got witnesses that were right there that know what happened. She can't just claim there were witnesses that said that. I was there, my friends were there, they know what happened. Rico was... No, you know what, look at you. You're a real con artist. You know what my name is? A person talking to a mentally ill loser. That's who I am.
Well, one of the shows I recognize its style. Thank you. Who are you?
I'm not sure. I've been asking myself that question all my life.
Well, that aside, you seem like a decent person. Yeah.
Well, listen, you know what? I don't know what you have to say, but what, whatever it is,
Yeah, there should be.
Well, what is, you have anything written on what you're thinking?
I was supposed to see about I was people decide that.
So what is that? What is that about?
I don't know, no, that's not
What's that got to do with? What's that got to do with?
Hoping to ratchet down the hate level that you got to
No,
witness.
I don't mean that, but I don't understand. Corporations are for or against this?
corporations actually are just collections of human beings. Let human beings start to say millions. All of us, we can see what great deeds and you can put in corporations as collections. Not that human beings. Doesn't have to be. It's not necessarily the people that are there. But elections human beings. So instead of viewing them all as moving, we can develop skills to work with powerful forces, powerful collections of people.
Well, there are a lot of other, because, people organize all different kinds of ways. I meet people that I know,
That's exactly what I'm saying about that.
yes, you have to check, like I go by my experience. If I have a bad experience or something, I have to tend to believe that it's total. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think people are look at one.
She said they have a right to hassle Willie Rodriguez because he's not giving them footage.
That's not true,
That's
though.
what you
That's
just
not
said.
true.
You just said, that's what she just
That
said.
he won't let the footage be released unless he's wearing a tie. So Joe Friendly's just wasting his time shooting footage that he'll never get
Why don't you
to
just take a
put
hike
out.
before we call the police? Just take a hike. We don't want you around here. We don't need you harassing Willie Rodriguez. We don't need you accusing me of false things.
I didn't accuse you of nothing. I'm just
Yeah,
taking
your
your picture.
cohort does. That's what she does over the internet and all sorts of things. Retards. Get your head examined. Go on Thursday.
Well, all right, I don't know. Should not be, so what do you think? So what's,
And then I was supposed to see my son.
I heard something about that, I don't know.
They won't let her speak anyway. You know, that it's an, you what?
and Les was, was okay about it. I'm not trying to push any agenda. I'm just trying to get it so that people have something meaningful.
It's the beginning of the fucking death.
Not that they're alienated or afraid of their government or angry, upset.
I'll tell you something, I, for one, can tell you many things. I prefer if you didn't aim at my
No, I'm not going to aim it at you. I'm aiming at her.
I've had many
Japanese guys.
and I spent a lot of time, sweat, understanding, convincing myself that I was right. So, whether or not a government...
There's nothing right or wrong about empathizing with people. Like, if you empathize with him, that's a tragic expression of an unmet need. I didn't want to be pushed around by Billy Rodriguez when he said, oh, I'm not wearing a tie, so, gee, I just forgot, so I guess you can't use the footage. I said,
Wait a
that's not
minute.
respectful
You want
to
to take
us.
footage of him and you didn't have time?
No,
Can you-
Joe Friendly's up front recording every minute of it.
Joe is a real nice
Oh, I see what you're
guy.
saying.
He's a really
Right,
nice
right,
guy.
okay.
He comes to all these events. He puts them on his TV show. Joe doesn't agree with things that I agree with, but we work together. We help each other,
Right.
and that's fine. You don't have to. Everybody doesn't have to agree on everything to work together. So I tend
It's
to.
hard, though, for some people.
I look after Joe, and so what's going to happen is, if what happened last time, Willie will speak, Joe will tape record it, and then afterwards Willie won't give permission for it to be used because, gee, he forgot to wear a necktie. So I just said, that's
You know
not.
this is what's going to happen.
This is what happened last time. And so I said, do you have a necktie? And he said, oh, gee, I forgot to bring a necktie. And it's not for that I need a necktie. It's that I remember last time he said, unless he had a necktie on, he wouldn't release the footage. So he said, oh, gee, I forgot the necktie. And I said, it's not respectful to us. And then he flipped out. Yeah, he flipped out on me when I said that. When I said it's not respectful to us, what I meant was it's not respectful to our time to videotape something that we then can't use.
You
That's
should have
all I
said that.
meant.
That's what you should have said. Because he might not
He got
have...
infuriated, and maybe you could help to...
No, but when you said just, it's not respectful. He added something.
I said it's not respectful to our time. I don't need a necktie. I said you're not respecting our time. And then he just flips out. And then this other guy says, I'm going to call the police on you.
Yeah.
This other
Maybe,
fellow.
Sam. Well,
Well, I say if people actually got to see William Rodriguez instead of just press releases, they wouldn't be quite so impressed. I think that's why he doesn't want the footage
There's
released.
probably contradictions in his story.
well, there are contradictions in a number of things here. I mean, I see certain things that don't sit right with me. I worked on full-size jets for 4 years. I know a little bit about it. And there are certain things that aren't exactly set right with me. Which has nothing to do with this group, but which has to do with ripple effect, DVD, in plain sight.
No, we're not impressed with airplanes.
No, I'm not saying impressed by it, but David Von Kleist.
Oh, I heard him speak.
No, I'm not him particularly, but the
How about
team.
September Blues? How about the Fade to Black? How about the nose going one side of the building and coming out the other side of the
It's
building?
not the DVD, it's what's in it that I'm criticizing. The flashes, you don't know about that either?
I don't believe airplanes went into the buildings. And so did hundreds of thousands of other people all over the world who saying, wake up, America. You saw TV fakery.
Okay, how do you know this?
Well, you just take your VCR, hit rewind, and then go frame by frame. And the first footage, the first hit, there's no airplane. Find it. Say it's hiding between the frames.
Get it? I'd like to see it.
Which is, you hit your VCR, rewind it, and find the airplane. Find the airplane. There's no airplane in the first hit footage. And the second one, the second hit is a cartoon that melts into the building. And I'm
What melts
representing
into the building?
the airplane. And then there's the hole where the lady's waving
No,
at a
that's
couple other
understandable.
people, and there's not a shred of an airplane in the hole. But this is evidence, and this is about an investigation, and we're talking about collecting votes. My experience down at Ground Zero is people very quickly go to the truth. You don't don't have to talk about all these complicated police states coming. As a matter of fact, I think the police are our best friends. They're intelligent people. They're human beings.
I have to disagree
They're
with you
human
on that.
beings.
Okay, well, we're all human
Just
beings.
corporations. You know,
Well, not all good human beings.
All human beings have the same needs. You just have to
No, I'm not
figure out
talking
the
about their needs, but all human beings don't behave the same way. Some of them are sociopathic.
All human
You know what that
beings.
word means?
Well, he was calling me a sociopath, and yet look
Okay.
at how he was behaving.
I'm not
I
saying
think
what
we've
you
got
are.
the camera will decide who's the sociopath.
Okay, my point is...
Somebody who's working against society, ideological against society, sociopath, against the interest of
I
society.
understand, but I understand. Well, do you think every human being in the world is good?
I think they have the capacity.
Well, capacity is one thing, but I'm not
You
talking
can
about
connect with them,
capacity.
but you first have to give them good information.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with your approach. I'm not saying everything
Then
what
put
you're
a
saying.
plug in for less and we'll have a discussion on nonviolent communication. And we don't even talk about planes or no planes. Just talk about communicating so you don't have someone flying off the handle.
Yeah,
when
name
I'm just
calling.
asking to be respected for the time that my friend is taking.
But can I
I'm going to
say
go
something?
away. No one's going to know. Joe is so innocent he won't even know this happened. And I won't even tell him. He's a sweetheart. But he'll go up to William and he'll say, can I use the footage? And William will say, no, I didn't have a necktie. And Joe will say, okay.
So why doesn't Joe bring a necktie? She thinks that's
Joe might think that's aggressive.
That's aggressive. By just lending something to him. Why is that aggressive?
He might be insulting to somebody. Here's a necktie, put it on.
No, he asked.
I think he wanted a coat too.
No,
He wanted to
you
wear
could
a
ask him
coat and a
before he
tie.
starts shooting. Do you want this necktie before I shoot? Can't that be done?
I think as a photographer, I've never done that. I've never been the wardrobe designer.
Well, I
But
do
think-
photography also. And you know what?
Do you
All
bring all the sets?
photographers use props. And then afterwards say it's
Well, I'm gonna-
spontaneous shooting.
Okay, well, what I'm going to say is I don't think for the person making the presentation, if his criteria to release information, talk, to give his approval for a presentation at a dignified setting, an important setting, an historical setting, like St. Mark's Church that's known for this, if he doesn't show up in the way that he would approve of to have the material released, that's not respectful.
Well, you know what? However it turns out, it turns out. See, I've done shooting, right? And people will say, hey, don't shoot milk. I'm saying, don't take any shots at me. You know what? I did. I said, no, I'm not going to do it. You don't want to do it.
Well, why? We might as well just stay home, not go to the event.
No, but I have respect other people. They don't want to be captured on film. I won't
We're
do it.
public access producers. We work hard to bring a message that we feel is
What if somebody
worthwhile
doesn't
for
want to be
people to hear.
photographed?
Right,
Why did they come here then?
Well,
Why
not
would
here.
they come here?
can hardly hear you. Yeah, we've been thrown out. Oh, there you are. Yeah. Paula asked Willie Rodriguez to please put on a tie so that they could release the footage, remembering the last time when he wouldn't. And then they threw out Paula. And there's one guy talking just like the comments. I bet he's 911 shaman. Yeah, it was exciting, but I caught it on film.
Everyone's not going to start. Yeah, right. You're one, right?
Did they put you out or you just left? Yeah.
Declare war. They got what they wanted.
What about the television fakery done during 9/11? It's on every VCR in America that recorded it. It's not a conspiracy. It can be proven. It can be shown. What about that? The 9/11 TV fakery, sir. Where do you stand on that?
Jet?
Who's your boss? Who's gonna let him speak? Huh? I'm asking you a simple question. What about the television fakery?
Yeah, it was fake.
Was it faked? You gonna answer me?
Listen, what we're talking about here are facts.
The facts are
9/11 was an inside job. 9/11 was an inside job. 9/11 was an inside job.
9/11 was not an inside job. 9/11 was an outside job. Don't let your country go downhill. Learn the facts. It's on your VCR. It's on your VCR. See, Kyle. You know I'm shaking. It wasn't easy to go up to him.
So they say we want change because they want to have Obama, because Obama also want to have change, so they represent Obama.
Wake up, people! Read the news. The Hamilton, the co-chairman, said it was set up to fail. But I don't have a job because I'm not here to sell you.
On Google Video, a 45-minute testimony of what it was like to be inside those
I'm still
buildings
waiting
on
for my
that day.
answer. What about the TV fakery?
Paula, give it up.
Huh? You're not going to answer?
On the moon, it was
You're using outside arguments. Sir, you're using outside arguments. Look at the FBI.
What did I just say? What did I just tell you? Can you repeat what I just asked them?
What's that?
Internal battles. You know what I just told you?
Internal matters? Like The Godfather, keep the family stuff?
I know, but you're getting
But this should be all something that we all know. I'm into transparency. It's powerful. I mean, you caught Giuliani. You of all people.
I also have my priorities.
But you can't have half the truth. Half the truth isn't the deal.
Am I an investigator or am I a public outreacher? Am I trying to inform others, the grand masses of the people that are being lied
You
to?
know, I tell my viewers what I knew 6 months ago might not be what I know today. And you know what? I'm open to tomorrow.
I like to think that we have a responsibility to the movement. That's it.
And this guy right here.
But then it's limited. It's not shutting. It's not shut
responsibility
and
is to
dry.
prioritize the correct approach as to how to wake people up.
But
to
it's
what's going on.
arrogant. It's arrogant. It's assuming that you know instead of
It's
saying
true.
let's
It's called
work
trying.
together.
No, it's called trying. If the TV fakery / no playing crowd, 100%, then it seemed as if their entire demographic was to convince existing 9/11 truthers.
No, it's to reach out.
No, it is. No,
to more
you guys.